Hello, Sanibonani. I hope you guys are good. Welcome to 2024. Happy New Year. I hope you guys had a wonderful festive season and you are rested and ready for the year, even though the first month is already over. Firstly, yeah, she's number two, load shedding. So if you see me going like this, just don't mind me. But anyway, one of my goals this year is to go back to reading. I used to enjoy reading a lot when I was still in school. When I started working, I don't know, I just stopped reading altogether. But I really loved reading to a point that in high school, depending on the grade that you are in, there's a certain number of books that you had to read for English, and you had to do a book report. And I think at some point I did help out one or two students to read and do a book report. And when I was in high school, the library card, the community library card that my dad had, because I was always at the library, I was always taking out books, so that's how much I enjoyed reading. So my goal this year is to read one book per month, and then by the end of 2024 I should have read 20 I should have read 12 books. Yeah, so my first book for January is The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. So this is a good book to kickstart the year. It's definitely going to give you the encouragement that you need, or just that oomph if you still haven't set out your goals or planned your year. This book will definitely give you that encouragement. So a bit of background: if you don't know Shonda Rhimes, she's a writer. She's created some of the most epic television shows. She's the creator of Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, what's the other one, Grey's Anatomy, and Bridgerton, and a whole lot of other shows. But I think those were, okay, so those were one of her epic ones. She's also an introvert, so she never did any outside engagements out of her work or her family. So at one point, her sister was like, actually pointed it out to her that actually you don't do anything outside of your family or your work. It's either you're at studio, you're writing, or you're busy with production, or you're here at home with your kids, but nothing else outside of that. To a point that she didn't even do like a press tour. Whenever her TV series came out, she would just say no to everything. And then after that conversation with her sister, she then decided, you know what, for this specific year, I'm saying yes to everything that scares me, everything that I think I can't do, anything that her publicist suggests to her, she's saying yes to it. And so with each chapter, English is gone. I'm recording this. I've just came back from work, so I just feel like I was speaking English the whole day, and now I'm coming to speak more English. My brain is just tired. But anyway, so each chapter of this book, she then details out the experience, saying yes to that specific thing. For example, saying yes to being the keynote speaker at a graduation, to accepting an award, to a relationship, all of those sorts of things. So each chapter goes through that specific thing. And it was quite interesting to read because you're looking at it at a perspective of an introvert, and then also it just details that whole experience, because sometimes it's so easy to say yes. Well, it might not be that easy, but I feel like saying yes, it's the start, and then when you have to put action, or when you have to fulfill your promise, that is the difficult part, because now you have to stand on your word. So she details out that experience, because sometimes you think, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fail, or what if this goes wrong, what if I don't succeed? And when you actually succeed at the first one, then it's easier to say yes to the second one, because now you already have evidence to say you know what, I can do this, I've succeeded on this, let me try this one because I didn't fail in the first one, let me try again and see how much further can I go. And you actually start growing your self-confidence. You start realizing, you know what, things are not as difficult as they seem. If you have the right mindset, if you persevere, if you work hard, then you can actually achieve all of those things. And even just simple stuff like trying a new hobby. I can't remember which hobby that she tried, or maybe it was going back to the gym. But something as simple as that, like it doesn't always have to be something so serious, but something as simple as that can just change your whole mood, can boost your self-confidence, can change your mindset. You know, you're a much more happier person. So it details out all of those experiences. And the one chapter that was interesting to me was she spoke about marriage. So she has children, and then she was in a relationship with this person who wanted marriage, and she didn't want marriage. And that's because other than her not just wanting marriage as a woman, she also felt like she had so much to give to her kids and to the shows that she creates. She didn't feel like she would have enough time to pour out to this person and build a family with them. Like, she was already busy, she was already content with what she had, and she addressed that with that person, and obviously the relationship couldn't continue. But you know, it was a different perspective for me as a woman, because I think from the time we grow up, we are just always taught like we're auditioning for marriage, like marriage is the ultimate goal, and everything that you do, you know, it has to be calculated because you're auditioning. Someone is always watching you, like a potential husband is always watching you. Gandhi, sometimes it's okay if you don't want marriage. If you feel like marriage is not for you, it's okay. If you feel like you don't want kids, that is okay. If you feel like you want to go for a male-dominated industry, that is okay. Like anything that you feel like will work for you, it's okay. You don't have to follow the standards that have been created for you as a woman. You can follow your own path as long as you are happy with it, as long as you are content, and as long as also you'll be able to withstand whatever the circumstances are or whatever the outcomes are of the decisions that you take. So that was, yeah, a different perspective. The one thing that I didn't enjoy about this book, it was a bit on the motivational side. So you'll find that there are phrases that have been repeated, there are words that have been repeated, just like how they do it on motivational books. So I didn't enjoy that. But other than that, it was a good read. It was a good encouragement to just kickstart the year and for me to set out my goals. Because I'll tell you one thing, I'm not a spontaneous person. I am a calculated, planned out sort of girl. You need to give me, oh, I think you guess. You need to give me like 2 to 3 business days for my mind to adjust that, okay, we got a commitment at this time. And looking at the goals that I want to achieve, especially with music, I'm gonna have to learn to be spontaneous sometimes, because I'm sure sometimes, especially when you're starting out, there will be like, here's a gig there, and you have to be available, you have to go and network with other people. So I definitely need to say yes to being spontaneous, because it might open up, I'm sure it will open up like bigger and better opportunities. So I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I do recommend it. If you want to read it, I do recommend it. If you have recommendations for me, let me know on the comments below, and just share with me what are your goals for this year. What are you saying yes to? What are you hoping to achieve? And let's just chat in the comments. And then for the month of February, I feel like we are all February. This is the book that I'm reading, Confessions of a 40-something F up. 40-something of a 40-something F up. This one is definitely interesting, and I'm enjoying what I've read so far, and I can't wait to share it with you. I will recommend this one more than this one, and I'll share with you why when I do the book review and once I've finished. Yeah, so with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this book. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm definitely gonna do more as I read the books each month. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your continuous support, and we'll see you on the next video.